Fernando, can you explain to us, after all of the time and money spent by governments, why it hasn't been possible to abolish poverty?
The reason why we could not abolish poverty, in spite of the huge investments and the efforts of so many people, is because there is a basic flaw in our economic system. There is a sector of the population which receives a huge part of the national income without contributing anything to the production. The landowners. This sector is very poorly taxed in our taxation systems. So the main sources of revenue for the governments is the rest of the population, the working population.
This may be a really obvious question, but what do you mean by land?
Land is all nature. Everything that is not created by man, which is not produced by man, is, in economic terms, land. We do not allow private property of the air, we do not allow private property of the sun, and in very few circumstances we allow private property of water. But we always allow private property of land. The wrong is to allow the private appropriation of rent. Rent is not what we pay to the landlord for an apartment. In economic sense, rent is only a part of that. When we pay the rent of an apartment, we are paying two things. We are paying for the use of the construction, which is invested capital, and we are paying for the use of the land. That is rent.
Can you clarify for me the difference between urban and rural locations?
Location means, in connection with urban land, another thing which is extremely important, which is access to services. Mm-hmm. I mean, the well-located land has access to many services. And then the people who need those services to live are obliged to pay the rent of the landowner to get access to the service. With one important thing, that afterwards they are charged again for the services. The government comes and says, now you have to pay also for the water, for the electricity, for rates, etc., etc. It's a very, very unfair system. For some. For other people, it's a fantastic system. If you buy land and then you begin to get income without producing anything, it's the best business. You don't have to work, you don't have to do anything. You just have to sit on your land. Now, this system has taken the world to the situation in which we are now. Because the base of the economic crisis is land speculation.
What is the most effective solution?
One of the solutions is advocated in the Silver Bullet, which is to change the taxation system and make the rent of land the main source of government revenue and diminish or suppress the taxes on the working people. The intelligent economists know this. They know where the solution is. They don't want to say it.
Why?
Or they do not want to apply it, but they know where it is. The organization, the TheIUorg as an organization, what tries to do is to send this message to the people, that this solution is the only solution for the economic situation and the economic unfairness. And the International advocates precisely this, a change in the taxation system to make the rent of land the main source of the government and to suppress or diminish the taxes on labor and capital.